Hi guys, I'm gonna start my video even though no one's trickled in yet. I just thought I'd go live. I'd kind of improvise to see where it goes. It was the energy I was feeling right now. It's like a weird energy, like it kind of feels like a holiday season with the election stuff. Just I don't know, my family like is really into election. Um, like my parents grew up like election day was my grandpa's favorite day of the year, and my parents are super into it. So hi. So it feels sort of like a holiday anyways. I'm actually feeling, regardless of what happens, I'm enjoying some of the energy of it. I know it's been really intense. So my mom got me this Christmas tree, which it's actually kind of uh, tilted, but so I'm playing Christmas music. I know we haven't even gotten to Thanksgiving yet. Yay! Yeah, I don't do lives a lot, and when I do it, it's very sporadic. Is that the word she used in Clueless? Sorry, I just I think that was the word she used. Anyways, but I was just feeling going live. I wanted to do like an on-camera video, and I put the leaning tower of Christmas here. It's the tower card, but with a Christmas tree. Hi. So I was feeling like connecting with you guys, and I was actually wanting to do sort of like a twin flame reading with minimal cards, but it's so nice because this whole table was filled. It's a huge table with cards, and I did some fall winter cleaning the other day, and I'm semi-organized, which feels really good for my feng shui. So I think I'll do some reading, and then I'll maybe take some questions at the end, but not specific on your journey, just like twin flame questions. So before I start, I was getting a lot of downloads. I was actually getting images of my masculine. And you guys probably relate to this, but when your masculine feeds off of your energy a lot, but they don't know it. So when you, let me know if the music is too loud. When you disappear, you might start to notice or see that my masculine personally becomes very much like Eeyore, where I can feel his energy is really sad, and but he hasn't made the connection yet that has anything to do with me. And it's this kind of thing where when you're turning away from someone that's like your light, that's someone that's trying to help you, you're I don't want to say it's like without me he's suffering, but it's like you're kind of suffering, but you're suffering in silence, and you're not really realizing why you're suffering. And I feel like a lot of the masculines are, part of it is like just being very like self-destructive, but also not being conscious of like what's good for them. And so I was just kind of getting that feeling like, and I guess it's a collective feeling, that a lot of masculines right now are feeling, if you haven't been in communication with your masculines, they're feeling very sad. It's their own doing, but it's like they don't know how to accept help. But I feel like as the cycles keep going, and when you reach out to them and you're there for them and they keep pushing you away, it's like the feminine eventually goes away and the masculine feels her absence eventually, like genuinely, whereas maybe in the past she would have gone away, but it was like he always knew she was coming back. It's like if you keep knocking on a door and the person doesn't want to answer, eventually you go away. So I feel that the masculine is starting to feel that the feminine isn't there, and it's not that they're making that connection, but there's something sad and heavy within them that they're carrying. And it's because it's not even so much that they need the feminine to stay afloat, it's that they are pushing away a part of themselves. Um their self, it's not even it is self-destructive, but it's like they're annihilating themselves by pushing away the feminine. Okay, so actually I'm starting off with the Elqui Oracle, and I want to see where the feminine is at. She who hesitates, ponder, delay, and confidence. She who knows, wisdom, clarity, and resolution. Yeah, the feminine is like, I feel like she's getting stronger and she's hesitating to come to the masculine or anyone's rescue. I feel personally like I've been going through so many themes of just like recognizing codependency and not being responsible for other people's feelings. And it's like every time I felt this sadness in my masculine just energetically and I tried to swoop in to make him feel better, he pushed me away. And to me, every lesson I learn with the masculine or every lesson I learn with anyone along my journey since meeting my masculine, I feel it relates to my twin flame journey. It all comes back to me and my own soul journey. And it's like when he was pushing me away, when I was feeling responsible for his sadness, it was like telling me that I need to stop trying to save anybody. I'm not responsible, and if someone doesn't want your help, you cannot save them. And I think part of the journey is the masculine knows that he can't just rely on the feminine to save him, but it's like then he a lot of situations, I'm saying he, guys, but I just mean the masculine I have dysautonomia as well. That's crazy. You could tell me more about it. That's really challenging for me. So dysautonomia is like, and you know, a lot of people say they have like ascension symptoms and stuff like that. And I do believe in that, but I also believe in like medical stuff. And I do think this is part of the twin flame journey, because I think what it is that you can really your soul gets super, super sick when you keep forsaking it for the sake of this love dynamic. It's like this love has, well, oh my God. It's a Ray Lamontage. I never know how to pronounce his name. This love is, oh my God, what's the name of the song? This love is something. It's like this love is making me sick, okay? So it really physically alters your cells. The trauma of loving someone who continuously rejects you, who denies what you know to be true, which we have she knows, okay? So wisdom, clarity, resolution. It's like the feminine really knows what the truth is, but the masculine's inability to face the truth constantly downplays the feminine's truth, and she starts questioning herself. And you know what happens when you question yourself is your cells literally start to die. Your makeup of who you are and what you know to be true, you're killing. You're like having cell death, okay? So that's actually exactly what the masculine is doing when he pushes you away, is he's killing his cells, which is eventually killing his soul, but he doesn't know. So then he starts to feel dead. Then he starts to feel totally disconnected. Then he starts to grasp for what he's convinced himself is the answer, which a lot of times is his karmic, and he's dying even more. It's like he's just waiting to die, sort of. I know it sounds really morbid, but I actually meant to do this with you guys. I do these, I'm in a program called DNRS, which is really good for dysautonomia. If you want, you could reach out to me and I could add you to my groups on, well, I can't start adding everyone. These are very private things. You had to have done DNRS, but we do this thing called Deeper Truths where, you know, you close your eyes, and I wanted to go through a deeper truth with you guys that might really help this journey, because it's actually what connects to your soul, and not what your masculine or anyone on this journey says. And it's so important. It's so interesting that we have she who knows, because it's so important for the feminine journey. For that is what she's been given, and there's a lot of people clawing at her to take away her deeper truth. And that is like, basically, it's not about her being right. It's not even about her changing anyone's mind. It's about her being aligned with what her calling is, and she has a very high calling. So when you question your deeper truth, you're actually you're putting others at a disadvantage too, because you're depriving them of the gift that you were given as a divine feminine to help others. And so anytime she has this like ponder and delay in her confidence, she's actually delaying the collective energy. So it's so important that you guys constantly tap into your deeper truth. Mine, I do a lot regarding my health, which I can do. I'm going to do it with my eyes closed, but I may do it it's very interesting because when I do it with the people in the DNRS group, they're like, "Oh my God, it's like this light went off, like you were pouring like liquid light out of you." And it's like, because that's you, all that connect to me are the same. We're divine feminines. We have the light. That's what we're here for. So we're here to raise the energy of the collective. So don't ever question your truth and your knowing, okay? So I'm gonna use from Depths of the Sea. I knew there was like a reason I had to come on. I just feel, so I feel that the masculine, you know, he gets depressed, he gets forlorn, he gets down on himself, but then the only thing he knows is to stay in this, in this merry-go-round of the people that he's around, his karmics that he feels tied to, and he's trying to extract life force from them, but those aren't the people that are going to give him that back, okay? So we have regret from the masculine, thinking about past mistakes, wishing it was all different, okay? So the masculine is currently in regret. Insincere, fake, plastic, and illusions. So whatever you guys see, whatever it seems, he's so on autopilot, I feel, with this masculine. You know, and at times he may seem energized, he may seem bright, but it's little, like, hits that he's getting, you know, if, like, you guys ever before your journey, like, that's awesome, Hector. Good for you. That's grounded. I love, that's my favorite word in my affirmations. So, you know, like before your journey, when you would feed off of these like 3D hits and they were enough to keep you going, like, you know, like accomplishments or a praise or accolades or financial success. But once you start on this spiritual journey, like none of those things are enough to sustain this like energetic force that you need. And so I feel the masculine does get these hits, but it's more of like an addiction kind of energy. We do have snooping, so I do feel like the masculine is still keeping an eye on the feminine. And you know, a lot of you guys might feel like, well, that's him curious, that's him desiring me. It's not even just that. That's him needing to stay connected to your energy, because like I said in the beginning, hi Balance Goddess, he feeds off of your energy, okay? So it's snooping because it's a feeding. And you know, it goes both ways. It's the masculine and the feminine. This card is always so interesting because I feel this is sort of like insincere, where you guys might see that he does things that seem like he has courage. He may, you know, do things that seem very adult-like, but really inside he's like a scared little child, I feel like. Oh, that's so beautiful. I always imagine a visualization of me by a lake. I don't really know the last time I have canals here, but I love lakes. I always imagine sitting and listening to like the subtle like water sounds at the lake and the being grounded. So that's really nice. I need to get more grounded. These live readings are very hyper energized for me. So like I'm channeling a lot. I don't really know what I'm saying. It's kind of like I'm manic a little bit, but that's energy might be me, to be honest. Because I feed off of other people's energies as well. But yeah, so that's beautiful. Yeah, so I feel, you know, like a lot of this like courage is the masculine trying to convince himself that he's courageous, but he's not really making any bold moves, is the feeling I get. He's not really doing anything out of his comfort zone, okay? He wants to have courage, but all right, this is from Depths of the Sea. Wreath, hard work. He could be really working hard right now, like focusing on his work. I just feel that that's what that helps the masculine stay grounded and focused. It's the only thing he feels like he has control over. It's the only thing he gets confidence from. It's the only thing I feel like he feels secure in his decisions regarding, but not really. But uncooperative, magnetic pull, low tide, hard work, okay? So I do feel like, you know, this magnetic pull is always there, and that's what I'm saying about the snooping. He doesn't even realize like the extent of that magnetic pull though. But this uncooperative energy, it's like yesterday I was thinking about it, like so much of the dynamic is about control. Like this, I was doing a pick a card, and like this control issues card was on the side. It wasn't the 3 cards I was using, and I feel like it's almost like everything on this journey is about energy. So if someone is pulling away or someone is pushing in, it's all like a control issue. And I feel like it's not so much what's said, it's not so much what's done, it's just the energy of the control, like where it's at. So I feel like, you know, if the masculine's uncooperative, it's probably because he feels some sort of push against him and he's rebelling, because that's like the control issue here. So let's get, what do I want to do? I want to do some tarot here. Okay, let's get some tarot messages. Okay, where's the masculine, divine masculine at today? Ten of Cups is reversed. I feel like he's just convinced himself he's not ever going to have this emotional fulfillment. It's like I was saying, he feels kind of dead. He's convinced himself that it's just going to be like a subpar life because he doesn't have the strength to pursue the things he really wants. Yep, look at this, Nine of Cups reversed. That's exactly what I just said before I even saw the card. Ace of Pentacles, Eight of Wands reversed. There's like no movement here, no passion. There is an ego with the Six of Wands, so I feel like a lot of this is his ego. Like, he has to have an ego death in order for him to really move forward. This masculine, oh, it's interesting because he might be doing things in the physical world that seem like bold steps, that seem like new beginnings, that seem like planting seeds, that seem like they have potential, right? Ace of Pentacles. It's like he's investing in a stock market that's crashing, no pun intended, with everything going on right now. So, but that wasn't directed towards actual stock market stuff. I have a friend that's in the stock market. I didn't mean that. That was the first thing that came to mind. But it's like, this is an investment, this Ace of Pentacles. It's like a new financial, energetic investment, right? But then we have Nine of Cups and Ten of Cups reverse. It's like, but it's not really what he wants, and it's not even based on this belief that he's going to be happy. It's just his thing that, like, it's the only thing he can do. He feels disabled and actually following his dreams, but he's like, well, if I could just do this, this is what I feel I can do without actually challenging myself, then, you know, I'm doing something. But there's no passion behind it, and there's actually really no movement behind it with the Ace of Wands reversed and the Eight of Wands reversed. Okay, there's just, it's you know, it's like he's unhappy, he's not bold, he's not courageous, he's not being fulfilled, but he doesn't want to wake up, but he has this feminine that he's pulled to, but he doesn't want to give in to her because he knows that this is what she wants, and then he loses control. So then he thinks, oh, I'll go over here and I'll do this. This looks like I'm living. This is what would make someone happy, but I'm not really happy because I'm sitting here in this regret. I've heard him say just that. It's like this Eight of Swords energy where he's just like convincing himself like I'm doing stuff, but I'm not really, I'm not gonna be happy. It's fine. I'm not gonna be happy. Whatever. Me having my ego and my control is more important than me being happy. So as long as I don't give in and I don't give her what she wants and I show that I'm the man because I'm controlling this situation, blah, 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 blah. It's so annoying. But the thing is, where the feminine's triggered in that, it's like, it's annoying to her because what's being triggered in her. Because that's what you really have to look at as a feminine, like, well, what is this telling you? Like, so I just feel like a big thing with the feminine is this, both sides really, but the feminine is like surrendering, surrender, surrender, surrender. That's the main thing that I feel like we feminines need to tell ourselves to do, because we have no control over this stubborn ass masculine, and us wanting to control someone that's stubborn is a fault in us. Okay. So, it's like mind-boggling because we're like, yes, we're like, hello, here's the answer. I have the freaking answer. But part of this is like, A, the feminine's realizing they're not here to provide the answers all the time. be the masculines stepping up and being advocates in their own healing, and not like having someone come in and save the day. And so there's a lot of lessons. She who divines, I love this, future choice judgment. Well, that's divine feminine, okay? And also the feminine having to make decisions that are not based on the masculine either, okay? She who listens, understanding, witness, and compassion, okay? Going and giving your energy to those that want your help, that want your compassion, that also aren't abusing it, that aren't that honor who you are, and that are appreciative of your compassion. They don't necessarily expect it, but people that you are here to help in a pure way. That's where the feminine's energy should really be going, okay? So I don't even know how long I've been on here. Oh, 20 minutes, okay. It's a very different energy to do a live. Spell casting, ritual, ceremony, manifestation, investigation, findings, and suspicion. So much of this journey is really about us realizing we're the ultimate manifestors of our journey, okay? And let me pull one more. Angel of Death, time's up, conclusion. It's funny. I'm getting such a blank suddenly, and that's what I feel, that the masculine, he's like, he can't come to a conclusion. He can't ever stop this this question of like not knowing which way to go, forever staying in limbo, sort of keeping the feminine in limbo too, right? And it's like, it's up to the feminine to just say, I'm out of this, I love you, I'm going to stay connected to you because I probably have no choice, but there has to be an end to a certain cycle, because I feel like most of you guys feel this way. I feel this way. Before my masculine, it was like I would meet people, but the journey would always come to an end at some point. Romantic things. No matter how long I would be stuck, it would eventually be a ride that came to an end. And it feels like this ride with the masculine is kind of just like never ending. But I do feel like the feminine is getting to this point where she's kind of like, she cannot, like, with her path just go on, like, yeah, like, but she can't just stay on this path. Like, there's other things that she needs to do. And I do feel like she is getting to a point where it's like she may not completely let go of the masculine, but like she's becoming very numb and very like, have I just been disillusioned this whole time? I mean, like, because I feel the feminine can separate from the masculine. To be honest, I feel it's the masculine that keeps the feminine, like, it's almost like I was telling someone yesterday, when the masculine is like sick and unhealthy, he's not trying to do it, but his soul desire is almost to like feed so much off of this feminine, off of like rejecting her and hurting her and getting that energy from her, that almost like kills her. It's like, as long as his soul is like sick and unhealthy, he'll be happy where he has her, which is her just sort of like always being there dangling. Even though his higher self does want her to be okay, I feel like he's very much like more content with her just kind of being like at his whims or whatever. So she's going to be the one that has to say, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore. It's not, like I always say, it's not reactive, it's proactive in her own journey, because there are other souls that she needs to. This is so interesting. I didn't even start shuffling yet, guys. I've never gotten these two cards. We've got Storm and we got Faith here. So I feel that a lot of the things that happen with the feminine is her to believe through all the storms that she is going to be okay, that she is, she's exactly where she's supposed to be. And no matter what has happened, no matter how dark the night is, there's a beautiful butterfly here. Like, no matter how much she can't see through the darkness, her steps are being guided. She's on a divine path, and it has really nothing to do with whether the masculine accepts her or not. That's the thing, guys. It has nothing to do. None of this was ever about whether you were good enough for this masculine, whether they loved you, whether they accepted you. That's the whole point in figuring out on this journey. It's not about whether they approved of you. And I know most of you guys want a reading where I'm telling you the masculine's going through this, and I do that, but I want you guys to always remember, because we have to fight really hard on this journey to survive, that it's not about them. And the more we give them that energy, the more stagnant this situation stays, the more stuck we feel, the more stuck they are, and the less likely union will ever occur. We have to surrender. That's the main thing. That's the main vibe that I always want to convey to you guys. So, does anyone have any like general questions that they're going through on the path right now? I'm not going to answer like, how does my masculine feel, or when will we have union, but just like general questions with the journey. Ether up. Those letters that you put are really weird. I love myself and I love him, but we are moving different directions and I am fine with it now. It took a while. How do you separate your emotions from theirs? Well, that's a really good question, because I feel that you can pick up on other people's emotions. You can pick them up without, okay, so you could pick them up without carrying them, okay? You can be an outside observer without owning them, because I don't believe that masculine and feminines are like just like these intertwined souls where they have no individuality. That's just my personal opinion. I feel you have so many other things in your life that probably your masculine is not really a part of. Like, yes, you guys are sort of like, everything in your life is sort of a reflection of that connection, but there's like, even when you're like deeply in love with someone and you're with them, you have to have separate, your soul, I believe, came into this world by itself and it's going to leave by itself, and you still have your own journey. This is just the person that mirrors back to yourself. This is just the person that the divine knows that you guys are on some level a perfect match, but it doesn't mean that without them you're incomplete. That's the whole thing. So okay, I just feel the need to keep lighting this, but I hope that answered your question. Surrendering is so humbling but necessary. Yeah. Like affirmations and how you do anything when everything's been taken away from you and barely can take care of yourself, let alone even thinking of bringing someone else into the picture. How do you do anything when everything has been taken away from, okay, so that's the thing, like, I get it, that feeling, but not, if you really think about it, not everything has been taken away from you. So that is a mentality, and that's like this victim mentality that we all have on the journey. We all feel like we've been through so much pain, and so we see our life through the lens of that pain, and it feels like nothing is going right and we all have our meltdowns. We all have to fight to stay out of that mentality that's self-defeating, that makes us feel like it's just, we have nothing and we're stripped of everything, and it's not true. And your deeper self doesn't actually believe that, you know. That's the part of you, that's the child that's unheard, that's the wounded child in you that feels like whatever's happening in your life is mirroring the pain body, power of now, but it's not the actual truth of what you believe, okay? But it's true if you sing to the Son of Love and thanks. That's what I wanted to do, a deeper truth with you guys. So this is just, I'm gonna do an example, and this is like me being very authentic with you guys. So this is what I do throughout the day, okay? So the part of your brain that thinks that everything's been taken away, that's not really that's not really the truth. So this is important for you guys to do throughout the day. Close your eyes and say it out loud, because out loud is really important for your subconscious to hear it. So, and it's about gratitude. Okay, so I am grateful that God has led me to be on this journey. I am so grateful for meeting my divine masculine, because even throughout everything that's happened, I have felt his love. I have felt God's love through our connection, and I know that every step is being divinely guided. I know that I have all the tools to overcome anything that comes my way, and I know that even though I cannot see through the forest, I cannot see where I'm going, all of my steps are being divinely led. I trust and know that I have the light, the joy, the unconditional love and forgiveness to extend to my masculine, to extend to everyone on my path. I am filled with love and laughter and joy, and I am so excited about all of the beautiful things in front of me that have yet to unfold. I am so excited about my life. I am so excited that I was born at this time and I was given a physical body, and I had the amazing experiences with my masculine to propel me and to be my muse, to keep moving forward. I am so excited about all of the beautiful souls that will continue to be in my journey along the way. All of the people that love me, I know that they unconditionally love me. I am safe, I am protected, and I have the tools and strength to overcome anything that comes my way. I know deep down my masculine loves me, and I separate from him and I allow him or her, whoever it is, to do what they need to do, to know that we are both individual souls with our own karmic contracts, and we are here to do what we're supposed to do. And I don't interfere or play God in anyone else's path, and I surrender to my own path. And I know that just because I feel like something should be a certain way doesn't mean that's in my greatest good. And even though it's been painful in the past and it's been so hard, my worst days are behind me. Every cell in my brain and body is filled with happiness, joy, and love and peace. And I am so excited about all of the beautiful blessings that are before me. Okay, so I know that sounds like a prayer or whatever if you guys aren't spiritual, but saying that out loud really helps change your cells. It helps change your belief systems. And if you just do that all day and just have gratitude and forgiveness and love, it's not about this like Pollyanna mentality. It's about really like talking differently to yourself about this path. Okay, I don't have all the answers. These are just things that I do, that you can try. Okay, laughing, smiling. I haven't laughed or smiled this entire reading, but like I posted the other day, it's so good to just laugh and smile and to know that we are exactly where we're supposed to be, and it's all going to be okay. And just to find whatever gratitude you can in your life. You know, think about the birds chirping outside in the morning, your morning coffee, whatever it is, just zoom in on those little things, because those are actually what the little pieces that are going to bring your masculine back to you in this life, if that's the journey you guys are supposed to be on. And you guys have the tools, you have the gifts to get through this. That prayer, I just said it off the top of my head. It's what I do in my program for my mental rewiring. It's called Deeper Truths. So it's like the deeper truths of who you really are and what you're really capable of, what you're really grateful for, and what the real truth is. So whatever that is to you, you guys can close your eyes and say that out loud, because that is the deeper truth of your soul. And all the chatter, it will help your masculine too. It will help raise the vibration of the collective. And your masculine has the same chatter as you. He has the same negative thoughts. He has the same self-doubt. And my masculine always was like, you're this, you're that, you. That's like really sad that he doesn't even realize that that's his own stuff that he's carrying, because I am not responsible for all of his negative feelings. We're not responsible for all of anyone's negative feelings. Yeah, I mean, I used to think like people would say, do a gratitude list, do affirmations. To me, it was all BS until I got really sick and my brain was so used to such negativity, negative self-talk, that I had to do those things too, because my dysautonomia was so bad. So, it's not just bullshit for the birds. It's really, that stuff is important. And the thing is that you have to pray for your masculine, because I don't think a lot of masculines have positive people in their life that do those things. I think they may get snippets, but think about it. Because they push the feminine away, they're pushing that energy away of help. Feminines are seeking out help, so we're already at an advantage. Masculines are pushing away, and that's sort of how I started this reading, is that that's what's so sad, is that they're living this life of isolation where they can't talk to anyone. You guys, look what we have. We have a community. We have people we could talk to. You know, I would be nowhere without my girls that I could just text and say, this is how I feel in the journey right now. And do you think that they're doing that? No, they're like talking to people who they could keep up their illusion and their fake persona with, okay? So, just want to get a couple more cards. It's so nice to be organized. You guys can't see, but this table has been so chaotic, and I did it this morning, but I got this singing bowl here, which is very strange to me. I've never used one before, if you guys, but this is for sacral energy. And I also wanted to do that deeper truth within the reading because it revives me. It changes your brain chemistry. It helps you keep going. And so I didn't want to shortchange you guys. So let's see. Oh, you do? That's so cool to share my journey with, but I'm good on my own. my leaning Chris. You ring on the inside of the bowl, I think. Oh, you do? It said the outside, I think, on the... Me, like, I want it to be like a... I don't know. No, outside. Yeah, it said on the outside. Oh. Oh, but it has to turn, right? As you do it. You have to turn it. Oh, okay. Thank you. Kindred spirits, spirit companions, guides, and comforts. So recognize your kindred spirits along the way. That's, you know, what I'm saying. I mean, if the masculine is closing himself off to the feminine, then he's closing himself off to spiritual connections. So think about it. He's not really finding his kindred spirits if he's closing the feminine off, okay? Oh, fairy energy. You guys know I love that. I just created the fairy tarot deck. I love fairy energy. Growth, expansion, and flowering. And because he closes off these kindred spirits, he closes off his growth. He closes off his connection to his true self. And so he lives a very 3D fake life, which might be meant for him on some level until it expires. So... And then we've got the green man rising. I started thinking, but you know what? If a baby being born is what needs to awaken him, because especially if he had a daughter and then he started reflecting on what he put me through, he would at least, you know, who knows? But you just have to surrender. You just have to surrender. That's the only thing I could say that makes me feel better, is to just say, I am exactly where I am supposed to be. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get some final messages from the divine. And I am so grateful for my tribe that I was, and I'm capable. Yeah. Let's get some last messages. These live readings wipe me out, guys. All right. Let's get some final messages from the divine, because my phone is actually dying too. Yes. Thank you so much. Yes. Queen of the wilderness. The language of the natural world is the frequency of love. This is my mother tongue. Your tongue, what you speak, is so important. Even when you say, I have nothing, everything's been stripped from me. I get it. I've wavered. Like, my sun is in the 12th house. My Jupiter and Neptune, I'm a 12th house stellium, which is Pisces, which is very, sun in 12th house is very like, my Lilith is in Pisces. So it's like, just be careful how you speak, because other people are believing that the universe is responding to how you speak. And so if you speak words of love, of joy, of goodness, that's what's coming out. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm just saying this is something to be aware of and to be conscious about. My gut instinct is wise beyond reason. I trust my intuition to guide me. This is another thing I didn't say in my deeper truth. So I am allowed to set boundaries. I am deserving of good things to come my way. I trust my higher knowing that I am always making the best decisions for myself. I trust my gut and I listen to my gut, and I don't have any fears when I, establish any boundaries, when I make any decisions for myself. I know that I am always making the best decisions for myself. I am always trusting my higher intuition. I am not afraid to draw boundaries, to ask the universe for what I want and what I deserve. I deserve good things. I deserve positive energy in my life. I deserve to be able to establish strong, healthy boundaries when I feel the need to do so, okay? That was another one for you guys. So you could do anything that resonates, anything that feels really positive on a cellular level. The warrior saint, I've never gotten this one. I am a warrior of love. My devotion attracts resources. My devotion. So your commitment to yourself is so important on this journey, devoting some aspect to yourself. It doesn't matter what you do. It's the energy. Devotion is energy. So even if you feel like your videos suck and you want to be a YouTuber and you've been doing it for 2 years, the universe responds to your devotion. It's not about what you think about yourself, which I'm sure they don't suck. I'm just saying, it's all about how much energy you're putting into something, is putting into something positive for yourself, not pushing someone to make a decision that suits you, but putting your energy into something. You're bound to get positive rewards, okay? And then the goddess of discernment. I love this because I always talk about discernment. That is so important on this journey for keeping yourself healthy, for having healthy people around you, for being able to make healthy decisions. I spend my time wisely. I only say yes when it's a holy hell yes. I love that. I only say yes when it's a holy freaking hell yes, okay? You don't owe anyone anything. You're not responsible for anyone else's journey, emotions, state of being. You are responsible for yourself. You say yes to the things that are a call to your spirit, that are a call to yourself, that make you feel aligned with yourself, okay? So a lot of this is about your frequency, your manifestation, your energy, your devotion, your positivity. We can't all be love and light, and I don't expect you guys to be that at all. Hell, I'm fucking sorry. See, I curse like a sailor. I am a Scorpio stellium, so I'm definitely not all love and light, but I've had to use light to extinguish a lot of the darkness in me, because dark is strong, but light is even more powerful. So that's all I have to say. And that's all I have to say about that. All right, guys. I don't know if I'm going to be like dead to the world after this reading, but I really appreciate you guys coming on. For those of you who are new, thank you so much. If you've never been here before, please like, share, subscribe. And maybe I'll come on and do more personal readings at some point. But I really appreciate you guys joining me and taking the time to be here with me. All right, I will see you guys soon. Love and light and joy and happiness and freedom and surrendering and peace. And that's it. That's all I have to say. All right, bye.